late. I mean, don't be late. Be there when the band starts playing. Remember when you get there, honey. Dance all over the floor. Dance all over my shoes. When the band plays the Jelly Roll Blues. Say tomorrow night at the Docktown Strutter's Ball. In a pushcart, honey, better be ready about 8:30. I mean, don't be late. Be there when the band starts playing. Remember when you get there, honey. Shim Sham wins them all. Dance all over my shoes. When the band plays the Jelly Roll Blues. Say tomorrow night at the Docktown Strutter's Ball. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Woo. I'm doing great. It's so wonderful to be here with you all in this beautiful theater on a beautiful day. I'm a happy camper. Now, we are here celebrating the First Lady of Song, Ella Fitzgerald. Ooh, yeah, let's give her some love. Have any of you guys listened to Ella Fitzgerald before? Yeah, you're my audience. Yeah, she's amazing. Now, a lot of people don't know that before Ella knew that she could sing, she wanted to be a dancer. That's why I wanted to start with that last song, which is so much about dancing. She wanted to be a swing dancer because she grew up in a time when jazz and swing music was the popular music. And so she would go to competitions and she would dance. And when her family moved to Harlem, she wanted to do this competition at a big theater in Harlem. Do you guys know where Harlem is? Where's Harlem? New York City, yeah. And so she wanted to do this competition at this big theater called the Apollo. It was called the Amateur Night. And so she went up and she said, I want to do a dance number. And then the people that were going before her was this sister act, and they were so good that she said, oh, I think I'm going to sing, actually. And she went on stage and she had a false start. And if you know anything about the Amateur Night at the Apollo, the audiences are harsh. They will boo you off the stage if you are not good. And so she had a false start. She had to start her song again. They were almost ready to boo her off the stage. She started again, and they were like, I think this girl's got something. And she won that competition, and that started her singing career. Now, she played for 5 years with the great band leader and drummer, Chick Webb. Do you guys know of Chick Webb? Okay, yeah, that's going a little bit deeper into our jazz history. But Chick Webb was amazing, and he was the house band leader at this big dance hall in Harlem called the Savoy Ballroom. And Ella played the last 5 years of Chick Webb's life. She was playing with him there, and she was learning everything about jazz and swing music. Now, how I first heard about Ella Fitzgerald was through another great, great musician named Louis Armstrong. Yeah, one of the great pioneers of jazz music. What instrument did he play? Trumpet, yeah, or the little smaller version, cornet. What other instrument did he play? Trick question. His voice, yeah, the voice is an instrument. And he was a great singer. But Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong did several great albums together, and that's how I first heard of Ella Fitzgerald. And if I'm going to give you one homework assignment, it's to go listen to some Ella and Louis. Now, this next song is one that I learned from them. They did it together. This is a Gershwin song. George and Ira Gershwin did They All Laughed. I don't think that's my note. The odds were 100 to 1 against me. The world thought the heights were too high to climb. But people from Missouri never incensed me. No, I wasn't a bit concerned, for from history I have learned how many, many times the world has turned. But I bouged. They all laughed at Christopher Columbus when he said the world was round. They all laughed when Edison recorded sound. They all laughed at Wilbur and his brother when they said that man could fly. They told Marconi wireless was a phony. It's the same old cry. They laughed at me, wanting you. Said I was reaching for the moon, but oh, you came through. Now they'll have to change their tune. They all said we'd never get together. Darling, let's take a bow. For who's got the last laugh now? They all laughed at Rockefeller Center. Now they're fighting to get in. They all laughed at Whitney and his cotton gin. They all laughed at Fulton and his steamboat, Hershey and his chocolate bar. Ford and his Lizzie kept the laughers busy. That's how people are. They laughed at me, warning you, said it would be hello, goodbye. But oh, you came through. Now they're eating humble pie. They all said we never could be happy. They laughed at us and how. But oh, 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 who's got the last laugh? He. Let's laugh, ha, ha, ha. Who's got the last laugh now? embraced the breeze tenderly. Then you and I came wandering by and lost in her sight were we. The shore was kissed by sea and mist tenderly. I can't forget how two hearts met breathlessly. Your arms opened wide and closed me inside. You took my lips, you took my love so tenderly. Two hearts met breathlessly. Your arms opened wide and closed me inside. You took my lips, you took my Thank you. So in the late 40s, Ella, she'd been doing swing for many years, for all of her life, really. And jazz in America was starting to change and shift. And it was starting to evolve into what we now know as bebop. And Ella was hanging around in Harlem with a guy named Dizzy Gilespie. They would go to jam sessions and sing house parties up in Harlem. And they were good friends. And Ella had her ear out, and she said, hey, what is this thing called bebop? And she asked Dizzy Gilespie, she said, can I go on tour with you so I could learn how to understand bebop? Because it took, a lot of the same songs as the swing era, but it made them a little bit more complex, and the soloists were doing more complex solos over these changes that everybody knew. Changes are the chords that are in the songs. And so she went on tour with Dizzy Gilespie, and she was listening to those horn players, and she was saying, hey, I don't have a horn, but I have my voice, and I could do what the horns are doing with my voice. And so she developed, it had been in existence before, a style of singing called scat-singing. Actually, a lot of people credit Louis Armstrong for originating scat-singing. Who knows if that's true or not, but he definitely did a lot of scat-singing. And so she took it to another level, and she became one of the most influential scat singers still to this day. You know, all of the singers listen to Ella Fitzgerald to learn how to scat sing. Now, I have to tell you, scat singing is hard because unlike the horn or the piano, I don't have a button to push where I know it's an A or I know where it's a C. You know, you have to just really understand. Unless, and I think Ella had this, perfect pitch. That's where you sing something and you know exactly what pitch it is. A lot of singers and a lot of musicians don't have perfect pitch. You should talk to Neil about that. I think he has it. That Neil's on piano. So it's hard, you know. You're like navigating in this world, and you have to, you know, it's easy to slide up to a note that's not in the chord progression or it's not in the scale that the chord is in. So it's a hard thing to do to scat sing. Now I thought it would be fun if we scat sung a little bit. Do you guys want to try it? Okay. So I'm gonna do a little riff and then you repeat it after me. Okay. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm gonna add on to it. Do 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 do. Good. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ah, you guys are professional. Oh my God. Really good job. Did you hear how the end of it sounded like the end of a song, right? Do-ba-do-ah. You hear that in all kinds of jazz songs. That's the button, the end of the song. So this next song that we're going to do, it was one of Ella's scat singing standards. She, of course, sang it in her bebop era, but she sang it also all the way through her career. This is a wonderful song called How High the Moon. Somewhere there's music, how faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above, but love is far away too. Till it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, it's where you are. Somewhere there's heaven. Darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will be still my heart, how high the moon. How high the moon is the name of the song. How high the moon, though the words may be wrong, we're singing it because you asked for it. Now we're swinging it just for you. Does it reach up to Mars? Though the words may be wrong to this song, we're asking how high, 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 high is the moon. Do-be-oo-be, ba-doo-dum-ba-boo-ba-boo-wee. Do-be-oo-be, ba-doo-dum-ba-boo-ba-boo-wee. Do-be-doo-ba-ba-ba-ba-doo-dee-dee. Be-oo-ba-da-dum-da-ba-oo-bee. Boo-ba-wee, oo-ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-dee-ah. Ba-doo-ba-da-dee-ba-ba-boo-dee. Those words they belong to this song. We're asking how high, 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 high is the moon. Thank you, thank you. Now that is what is called a transcription. So that is a transcription of Ella's solo. So what I did is I wrote out Ella's solo and I learned it like I would learn a song. So if you went to see Ella Fitzgerald, that is oftentimes what she would sing. And then as she expanded into her later career, she would go off for chorus after chorus after chorus until the band had to say, I think we gotta cut her off. So in the middle of Ella's career, in the 1950s, she started to change. Well, music was changing, and jazz was changing, and popular music was changing. So she changed labels, and she started to do what were called songbook albums. So she was taking one composer, and a composer is somebody who writes music, and she would do just songs by that composer. So the first one that she did was Cole Porter, and she did, through the decade, several songbook albums, but we're going to do a Cole Porter song for you now. This is All of You. I love the look of you, the lure of you, the sweet of you, the pure of you, the eyes, the arms, the mouth of you, the east, west, north, and the south of you. I'd love to gain complete control of you and handle even the heart and soul of you. So love at least a small percent of me do, 'cause I love all of you. To gain complete control of you and handle even the heart and soul of you. So love at least a small percent of me do, 'cause I love all of you. Thank you. Now, one of the other songbook albums that Ella Fitzgerald did was with one of our great American composers, which is Duke Ellington. Yeah. And what was different about that one is that she recorded with Duke and his orchestra. So she was recording with cats that she knew and really excellent musicians. And so they, for the most part, in the songbook albums, Ella made a really decided decision to not scat. You know, she'd been known for scatting and improvising, but she decided with these songbook albums she was going to stick to the melody. And she broke that rule a little bit with Duke Ellington. That's one of the few songbook albums where she does scat. Now we're going to do a song now that's about a train. We're going to go back to Harlem, and it's a train in Harlem called the A Train. And that takes you up to Harlem, where all the music was. So here we go, the A Train. You must take the A Train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A Train, you find you missed the quickest way to Harlem. Get on, hurry now, it's coming. Listen to those rails that throbbing. All aboard, get on the A Train. Soon you will be on Sugar Hill in Harlem. Must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you'll find you miss the quickest way to Harlem. Get on, hurry now, it's coming. Listen to those rails that thrumming. All aboard. Get on the A Thank you. So later on in Ella's career, she started working with a great virtuoso guitar player. That means he was really good at playing at the guitar, named Joe Pass. Yeah, and they did 3 albums. 3 or 4, I actually can't remember. 4 albums, okay, 4 albums with just guitar and voice. And that was kind of, people hadn't really done that before, and it was really stripped down. And they were such professionals that they say they went into the studio and recorded most of these songs in 1 take. Now, most musicians have to go in and do 3 or 4 takes, and they were so good they just did 1 take. Now, Ian Scherer on guitar here, and we've been working together for 10 years, and we often play as a guitar and vocal duo. So we're gonna highlight this part of Ella's career with a duo song, a song called Making Believe. Till my dreams come true, I whisper goodnight, turn out the light, and kiss my pillow, making believe it's you, it's you. Ian Scherer. Now, if some of you know me, I love Billie Holiday. And the first tribute show that I kind of put together and mixed the history and the music together was with Billie Holiday in a show that I still do called the Billie Holiday Project. And it's pretty exciting because last year we got a grant and we were able to do a really nice studio recording of the Billie Holiday project material that we've been playing for years. Yeah, thank you. We're really proud of how the album came out, and this is the second show that I actually have CDs available for sale. So I'll be out in the lobby after the show today, and I hope that you'll buy some CDs if you still have a CD player. I do, in my car. But we'll be having some album release parties too in May. The album's actually out May 15th, so you get a sneak peek. And so we're going to be doing an album release up at the Mystic in Petaluma, which is where I grew up. And that's May 29th. And then we'll be doing Freight and Salvage on June 13th. So I hope you'll come and see some of our shows. Yeah, thank you. Now, Billie and Ella, they came up in Harlem at the same time. And, everybody kind of pitted them against each other. Some people were like, yeah, I love Ella. It's all about Ella. And then other people were like, oh, no, Billie's the best, But Billie and Ella, they were friends. They shared bills together. They shared green rooms together. They were friends. And, I've been learning this song, both for the Billie Holiday Project and for this project. And I thought it would be fun if I sang a little bit like Billie and a little bit like Ella and see if you can hear the difference. Yeah? Okay, this is a song called Let's Call the Whole Thing Off. You say either and I say either. You say neither and I say neither. Either, either, neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. You like potatoes and I like potatoes. You like tomatoes and I like tomatoes. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if you like pajamas and I like pajamas, I wear pajamas and give up pajamas. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Oh, let's call the whole thing off. Things have come to a pretty pass. Our romance is growing flat. For you like this and the other, while I go for this and that. Goodness knows what the end will be. Oh, I don't know where I'm at. It looks as if we two will never be one. Something must be done. You say laughter and I say laughter. You say after and I say after. Laughter, laughter, after, after. Let's call the whole thing off. You like vanilla and I like vanilla. You sarsaparilla and I sarsaparilla. Vanilla, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Let's call the whole thing off. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if you go for oysters and I go for oysters, I'll order oysters and cancel the oysters. But we know we need each other, so we'd better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off. Let's call the whole thing off. Thank you very much. I want to give SFJAZZ a huge thank you for having us here today. It's been such a fun show. And thank you all for coming and sharing this morning with us. I'm going to introduce my band here, my wonderful band. I love them dearly, over some music. That's Daniel Fabricant on the upright bass. We've got Spike Klein on drums. Ian Scherer on guitar. Neil Fontano on piano. And Robby Elfman on saxophone and clarinet. If I meet him tonight, I said when I get low, whoa, I get high. All the hard luck in this town has found me. Nobody knows how the trouble goes round and round me. town has found me. Nobody knows how the trouble goes round and round me. Oh, 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 no one to bed me. All I can tell ain't never gonna get me sated when I get low. Oh, I get high. When I get low, oh, I get high. When I get low, whoa, I get high. Thank you very much. Robby Elfman, Neil Fontano, Daniel Fabricant, Spike Klein, and Ian Scherer. My name is Stella Heath.
Can we give it up one more time for this amazing band? Yeah. So good. And so educational all at once. Right now we have time for about maybe two branding questions that y'all have for these folks. We have Tristan here floating with the mic. So if you just throw a hand up, we'll come get the question from you and then answer. I see one here. We got the mic for you.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You know what? I think every single kid should play some kind of an instrument or sing. I'm really glad that you're playing music.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
I liked it.
Oh. Thank you.
Yes. I love that, no questions, just compliments. Y'all are so good. Every Q&A should be like that. Yeah, we have another one here. Behind you, Tiela. Yep. We got a mic for you. You say it into the mic.
Is the piano electric?
Oh, it's the piano acoustic.
The piano is not electric.
Do you want to say a little bit about how it works?
Real strings.
It's real strings, real keys. It's a nice piano. It's called a grand piano.
Right. Got one in there, yeah.
See one over here.
How long have you been playing?
Nice.
Oh, that's going to change for each one of us. I started singing when I was 8 years old. Yeah. So it's been a little over 30 years. You can do the math on my age.
Right on.
How about you guys?
Yeah, we can pass the mic around too.
About the same here. I've been playing for about 30 years.
30 years. I'll take 20 years. 20.
Gosh, I guess it's been about 30 years for me too.
40. I'll split the difference and say 35.
We got time for one more question.
What age did you start?
Like I said, I was 8 years old when I started. And I started singing in choirs, and then I started taking music lessons, and I studied classical singing, so that's like operatic singing. And then I discovered jazz, and I really loved jazz music after that.
Beautiful. That's an answer for sure.
I was.
I saw an enthusiastic hand, and so I'm gonna offer one more. There's a person here in the front in the tan suit. This is the last one.
Hi, Stella. Can we get free tickets to the next show?
As top fans, yes, you do.
Hey, right on.
Good to see you.
All right, appreciate y'all. Can we make some noise for the band one more time? The final tune.
All right, we're gonna end on a song, and I want you guys to help us out with this one. There's some doo-wops, okay? So let's practice a little bit. You're gonna say doo-wop. Now we're gonna do it twice. Doo-wop, doo-wop. Doo-wop, doo-wop. Now we're gonna do it 8 times. Whoa. So, doo-wop, 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 doo-wop. Now do it with me. Doo-wop, 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 doo-wop. Okay, you guys, I think you're ready. This is, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Doo-wop, 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 doo-wop. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is swing. Doo-wop, 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 doo-wop. It makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Give that rhythm, everything you've got. It don't mean a thing, all you gotta do is swing. Doo-wop, 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 doo-wop. Dee-ba-doo, dabba-doo, dabba-doo-ah, dee-ba-doo, dabba-doo, dabba-doo-ah, ba-doo-li-doo, doo-boo, boo-ba-doo-wee-bee, ooba-doo-ba-doo-ba-da-ba-da, doo-li-doo, dabba-doo, ba-da, dabba-doo, ba-da, dabba-doo, ba-da, dabba-doo, hey, dee-ba-doo, dabba-doo, ba-da, bee-dee, dabba-doo, bee-dee, dabba-doo, bee-dee, dabba-doo, ba-ba-da, da-la-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Give that rhythm, everything you've got. Don't mean nothing, all you gotta do is sing. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Do-wop, 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 do-wop. Thank you very much, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Terrence Blanchard. Thanks for watching and supporting SF Jazz at home. We hope you dug the concert. There's a lot more to check out. We've got hundreds of concerts you can watch on demand, anytime, anywhere. We've got a great Fridays Live streaming schedule on deck. We've added in-depth artist talks, Educational videos where your favorite musicians break down music topics and key moments in jazz history. Intimate duets between jazz masters. Cinematic videos that take you inside the minds of artists, and so much more. It's all on our website and app. Also, a lot of these new videos are free. Help us bring jazz to the world. Again, thanks for watching and stay tuned.